Welcome to Stories Around the Fire. Tonight's guest is Bernard Robichaud. He is an actor, writer, and comedian who you will probably recognize from his portrayal as Cyrus on Trailer Park Boys. He is the best badass villain around, but he's also known for voicing lead characters on the radio drama In Becky's Name, writing screenplays and series episodes, and for roles in shows such as Haven and movies like Blue Seduction and Sea Change. You can also catch his comedy tour in cities around the world when there's not a pandemic. Tonight we're going to talk to him about some of the things he's done in the past, what he's doing now, and what we can look forward to from him in the future. Give me one moment and I will get him connected. All right. Cyrus is one of my favorite characters on Trailer Park Boys because he has this serious persona, but he's hilarious. I think he's one of the best characters on there. He's well written, he's funny, just the way he carries himself is hilarious. I also was really into Haven. I think both of those are on Netflix. Haven might be on something else, but I watched it also, and he's in that, and it's really good. You'll see a lot of familiar faces between the two shows. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being here.
No, it's no problem. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes, of course. I did a little introduction on you, and I was just telling everyone how Cyrus is my favorite Trailer Park Boys character, but you're also in other things other than that.
Yep, yep.
We're we're going to talk a little bit about that if you don't mind,
Yeah,
but I'll
sure.
just jump. Okay, so talk to us a little bit, if you don't mind, about how you got your start.
Um, hmm. I I was needed an alternate way of expressing myself other than getting in fights and drinking too much on the weekends. And I was modeling at the time, and buddy and I had met with an agent who thought I was missing my calling and I should be an actor. And after a few more fights, a good friend of mine thought that maybe I should try out for acting school theater and see if this agent was right. And I thought a lot of what my friend said, and I often listen to him anyway. We were very close, and I appreciated most things that came out of his mouth. He was a very brilliant guy. He passed away about 5 years ago now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was, yeah. So yeah, that's basically how it happened. I auditioned for theater school and was accepted. Told by the head of the department that I had some raw talent, but I'd never be an actor. Um, and I thought, who are you to tell me I'm not going to be an actor, man?
Right.
Um, so that's how it happened. Basically that in a nutshell.
That's awesome. So Cyrus is kind of a villain. He's a fan favorite. Did you expect the fanfare that came with portraying Cyrus?
Shit, no. At first it was difficult to deal with because initially the show was looked upon as like a reality TV show, and everybody thought it was really happening. Um, so for a long time, I was just this guy who was picking on the three boys. And you know, I guess the character still has that he's a dick appeal to him. Um, but I think is kind of he's a bad guy that you like to hate. And I think that's kind of the difference with him. I kind of modeled the character from guys that I knew growing up, and who were just, you know, unfortunate guys just trying to get by, and not necessarily bad guys, just guys that found themselves in situations that, you know, when your back's up against the wall, you do what you can in order to survive. I think over the years, I think there's places in the episodes that Cyrus is involved in that kind of show his softer side, especially with certainly in season 5 and maybe in the movie when you know, Tyrion Dennis and their grandmother is involved. You know, I think there's a lot to be said about the character at that point. You do see a softer side of him, and he's a little, I think, a little bit more maybe human.
Yeah.
I think that guys, when they get up against guys, I think there's a pissing contest a lot of times anyway, and it's see who can, you know, lift their leg a little higher to piss with the big boys. And I think that that's true in any kind of, you know, situation when it comes to, you know, what Cyrus has to deal with when he's dealing with three boys, generally speaking, and only or more or the crowd. I mean, you know, generally he's always up against them by himself, or, you know, maybe he's got Sam, but they're always outnumbered. And you know, so I like to think that, you know, he holds his own, and you know, I think people have just grown to hate the character. I mean, I certainly get it enough. You know, on my social media, you know, I get a lot of dicks and a lot of fuck off Cyruses and a lot of stuff like that. But I do get a lot of people that ask me to tell them to fuck off, which I not really sure if I wasn't playing Cyrus all these years that would kind of work out in my favor.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess it's kind of funny, really, how it's kind of evolved over the years. I mean, it's 20 years now. I mean, I just finished season 3 of the animated series, so now I'm at, you know, Cyrus, but a cartoon character, and where anything can go, you know. So it's a little different now. So
Right.
yeah.
That's very cool. So, in what ways are you like Cyrus in real life?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know that I'm a lot like Cyrus in real life. I have, you know, I like the motorcycle jacket. Um, I don't know. You know, I think just growing up in that kind of neighborhood, I had an affinity for the character. I'm not sure how much of Cyrus is me. Um, I think there's, you know, as actors, I think we draw on a lot of our own past and experiences, and we incorporate them. And how we pinpoint them, I'm not really sure, because I think it's really all about what we've experienced over the years and how we identify with the character, depending on the situation and what's written on the script. And um, it was easy for me to identify with the character. Yeah. I'm not sure that I could pinpoint anything, uh, anything exact. I find it interesting when I do meet a lot of people. They just say they don't think I'm anything like Cyrus. You know, they
Really?
automatically realize that, oh my God, you're not like that guy at all. And it's like,
I'm not Cyrus.
well, yeah, well, it's probably good.
So did you have like the liberty to kind of develop the character? Like you brought certain things to it on your own? It kind of sounds like that.
Well, I think we all did with all the characters. I think Mike Clattenburg was very giving when it came to the way he directed the show. I mean, yeah, there were certain things that Mike certainly saw that he wanted to keep or keep clean. But I think he was very generous with the way it was written and for the ad-libbing to take place. And so, I'm very grateful for that. I don't think if I had of my audition had nothing to do with written words. I probably had a 20 to 40, I don't know, it was a long time, 30 minutes probably with Mike during the audition. He just really um, chucked shit at me really for 30 minutes and, asked me to respond to anything he said. That's how the audition went. There was nothing written like you would get in most circumstances when it comes to auditions. Um, yeah, no, there's no script. I auditioned and responded to whatever Mike said, and within the parameters that he asked me to go by. Yeah, so I guess I did the right thing.
Yeah, I think so. So you've done radio shows, you've done um, comedy like stand up, obviously movies, series. What is your favorite way? What is your favorite thing to do, like out of those things? Where you get the most fulfillment from?
I certainly get most of it. Is mostly it's the characters I create from the jobs that I get from being hired as an actor, whether it's film or television. They're pretty much the same now. The way they're all shot. So yeah, it's just to be able to create, take those words off the page and make that character come alive. I think that's the biggest. That's just really what it's all about. Um, just it's kind of a gift to be able to have the opportunity to have the job to do it. So I'm grateful whenever I get those opportunities for sure.
Right. I bet. So with the pandemic and everything, how has things changed for you?
Well, I mean, we're not doing very much in the way of acting. I've done a couple of, well, I mean, the voiceover stuff was easy to do. They've just locked down the room, and so you're in two different rooms anyway, divided by glass. So it's not really any kind of safety issues going on with that. There's just one guy in the sound studio and me in the other one. So um, that that never really caused any issues. The rest of the film and TV is just really starting to kind of come back. I know in Toronto and Canada, it's just starting to move along. They're still pretty much on lockdown in California here, aside from maybe some big productions that have the money to be able to lock down entire sets. So, SAG until something actually happens. I mean, you get SAG and ACTRA are monitoring it pretty closely. So, you don't really see anything kind of breaking with that until they get things under control and whatever that means. Um,
Right.
you know, I, I'm not sure we want to get into that discussion.
I know. I had the TV on the thing that's happening right now earlier
Right.
and I was
Yeah.
nope. So out of all of the roles that you've played, what has been your favorite to play?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I think they were all pretty awesome. Um,
You're so grateful. You're so gracious about it.
I just look at all the opportunities that I've had, and to be able to create and still being able to do the job. Um, I honestly, I don't know that I would. that I could say any of them, even though Trailer Park Boys obviously had a long run. But I played a lot of characters that you know, I thought were great characters, regardless of the length of the run. It's not really so much the length of the run or any of that. It's really, I don't think there's any small parts. And I'm sure it's a bit of a cliche because a lot of people have probably said that, and, but I don't really see it, really just to be given something that somebody's written and have a director or producer hire you to make that character come alive. That's pretty awesome.
Definitely. Definitely. If you could collaborate with anyone in the film industry, who would you choose and why?
Wow. Jeez.
Loaded question.
Yeah, there's a lot I would love to have the opportunity to work with. Whether or not that happens or not, it'd be kind of cool to be playing Matthew McConaughey's brother somewhere, in a flick. That would be kind of fun. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to work with De Niro or Hoffman or any one of those guys. I mean, geez.
See you working with De Niro. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Um,
That'd be cool.
yeah, I don't, you know, yeah. Al Pacino.
Yeah. I would get
Some of the greats, I mean, they've been awesome to have had the opportunity to work with. I mean, yeah, I don't know that that'll ever happen. Maybe it will, but
yeah, fingers crossed.
it's just kind of. Thank you for the question, though. I mean, it's kind of nice.
What would you say? Well, I'm about to hit you with a question you might not appreciate.
Okay.
What would you say is your most useless talent?
Most useless talent.
Mhm.
Um, Jeez. I don't know about useless talents. I think I like to put all of them to work somehow. Um, geez, useless talent. Being able to hit a golf ball a long way is kind of a useless talent because there's lots of guys out there that hit a little bit further than I am, but I can. But at 60 years old, I still put it out there 320 off the tee. But I'm not good enough to do much with it at 60 years old either. So it's kind of like one of those things. Good or not good, but not good enough. So that's kind of a useless talent at this point in my life.
Okay, what would you do if you weren't acting or being creative? What would your occupation be?
Gee, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, there were lots of things I could have done aside from, um, I played hockey and basketball most of my life. I probably could have, if I had stuck with the way my basketball career and the amount of times I had been asked to play for a university up to the time I was about 23, I probably could have played pro ball in Europe if I hadn't have gone artistic. Um, Not sure about hockey. Think I, scouted by Montreal, but never really did anything with that. After I learned I wasn't going to get picked up, I just kind of like really devoted my time to basketball. So I guess that if I hadn't have gone artistic route and things hadn't turned out the way they had and what was going on in my life at the time, I might have, stuck with the basketball. At this point in my life, I mean, I spend a lot of time as a professional caddy on some of the best golf courses in the world. Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, um, Cypress Point, and the Preserve golf courses out here in California. And I really quite enjoy managing other guys' games, pros and amateurs, um, because of my useless talent that I used to have, and being a player at one point. I can still play the game. I just not a +2 handicap anymore. But I mean, I know I have enough knowledge of the game that um, I really enjoy that. I enjoy that, walking the shorelines of California and some of the views and vistas. They never really get old. They're a little bit humbling, actually. When you look at what's around you. I'm just, I'm kind of grateful to be alive, and being able to stay in shape by walking those golf courses and carrying that bag, especially, having had cancer 3 years ago. So, you know, yeah, I'm just lucky to be alive. I'm happy to be alive.
Definitely. Definitely. You're healthy and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
read a
I'm
little.
good. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm all good. Yeah, yeah.
Good. Good. That's good. What is the craziest thing you've done for money?
Jeez. I don't know what the craziest thing I've done for money. Oof. Craziest thing I've done for money.
Or the oddest?
Yeah, the artist. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there's been anything ever odd. I've always kind of like looked for things to do in order to make money, but I don't know that there's ever been anything kind of odd. Like, never stood in a street corner ever and pulled my pants up or anything. And I thought that maybe my hairy leg might have been an enticement or to somebody driving by. I mean, that would have been kind of odd and crazy, but that never really happened, so that would be out. Um,
It
I
never
don't.
really.
I'm not, I don't think there's been anything that kind of crazy for money. But yeah, some people might say just becoming an actor and deciding to go down that route instead of just the normal jobs that are out there might have been kind of crazy for money, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's just your perspective.
Right.
Yeah, but nothing that crazy. Let's just say, yeah.
Well, what are you doing right now, and what can we expect from you in the next few years?
No. I'm working with a producer right now and a couple of three different projects. They're all in pre. Two of them are in pre-production with HBO and Amazon Prime. They're on IMDb. I can't tell you much about those because they're all in non-disclosure agreements. Start shooting the 16th and 17th for another series, part animated.
Ooh.
Then I'm doing yeah. So and then another yeah, one project animated, one project kind of futuristic. Um, so four projects altogether. Hopefully everything will open up soon, and I'll start. Things will start to open up. I kind of hope that the boys will bring me back for another year of season 4 of animated. I know that they've got some other projects on the go that they've been considering me for. So, you know, uh, I don't necessarily worry about it either. At the same time, I think the universe puts things in our paths in order to, and everything kind of works out in the end. So I don't really struggle with worry and how that's going to go. I just, put my faith in the fact that I'm still a viable entity with some talent, and somebody will come along and hire me at some point.
Definitely, they will. I can't wait to check out your projects that you're working on now as
Thank
soon as everything gets back to normal and they get going.
you. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
What advice would you give to someone trying to navigate the world of acting?
Hmm. don't give up because you just don't know what it's going to happen. Continue to read plays, read screenplays that may be past done. Continue to read anything that you can to identify with characters that make you feel like you can identify with somebody in the passages or the books that you're reading, certainly the plays that you're reading. That's what I did. I really found that was helpful. I never took no for an answer. I think there's going to be a lot of people along the way that will be more than happy to tell you no. And certainly every time you have an audition, 1 in 22, I think, is the average. So one job in 22. So you probably should get used to that. So there's going to be some no's along the way. And I wouldn't take that to heart. That's just, they're 9 times out of 10 looking for something specific in a way that you may have had a great audition, but to sit back and kind of mull it over and go, try to figure out why they didn't pick you. And I think that if you start second guessing yourself about your talent, then it may be the wrong industry to be in, because it's not going to be an easy ride. But if it's something that you aspire to do, there's nothing like it from the creativity point of view, and it certainly has allowed me to grow, I think, as a man, and to become a better version of myself. And I just think that, even if you don't aspire to do it as a career, like I did, then you'll still have some great benefits from it, even if it's just your local theater and community theater, just to get out there and do it. So, and that will be a lot easier for you to get involved with, I'm sure, from a community point of view. It's not that easy to break into the industry, and you probably should just be aware of that. It's not easy to get all your credits in a line in a certain amount of time in order to get your union card and those types of things. So, just do your due diligence and just hang in there. And, those that, nothing's ever going to be easy, but you're never going to get there unless you, stay true to what you want to do either. So, that's about it, I guess, on that one.
Yeah. So I was going to ask for your next question. I was going to ask, what advice would you give to your younger self whenever you were starting out? But it's probably some of that same advice that you would give to others, right?
Yeah, I think that would be about the same. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that'd be anything different. Move out of the house early. No,
Wow.
no. Yeah, no. Yeah, there would be. Might not have been viable, but it was a thought that had crossed my mind a few times. But yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't have any more interview questions for you, but at the end of the interview, I usually ask for a story from whoever the special guest is. I don't know. I see we have a few people here watching. Did you want to take any questions from them, or do you want to tell a story?
I don't have any stories. I'll take a couple of questions if there's anybody that wants to ask them before we go.
Okay, cool.
I'm good with that, as opposed to the story thing. I don't know where I'd come up with a story right now.
That's okay. All right. Do we have any questions from the audience? Let's see what we have. Can you see the comments?
No, maybe, but no, I'm not yet. Yeah, no. That's If there's any there, you just read them off. I'll deal with it.
Okay. Trailer Park Boys Memes is asking season 13.
No idea.
No idea.
No.
Cyrus, why are you waving your gun at people from Sean Mackey 05?
Right. Next question.
Is this the kind of questions you get?
I get a lot of these kind of questions that are just kind of like have nothing to do with me. They have to do with the character and what I did in it. And I mean, that's just I don't even know how to respond to that kind of stuff. It's just,
You're
you
not in
know,
character.
just I get it. I think yeah, hey, great, but I mean, ask me something a little bit more real than what my character does.
Here's from Cameron Pew Pew. Pro gun?
Pro gun. I don't have an issue with guns. I think there's an issue with people that aren't being maybe vetted properly in order to who gets the gun and who doesn't.
Awesome. Let's see what else we got. I also have a game if you want to play a game.
Oh God. I don't know about the game.
Well, okay, like you were under no obligation to play, but if it goes south, it'll be on me, if that makes you feel any better.
Oh, that's so much better. Yes, yes.
Yeah, you want to do it?
What's the game?
Okay, have you ever played Taboo?
No.
So basically, I draw a card and I'm supposed to help you guess a word, but they give me 5 words that I can't say. And naturally, those 5 words would be the words that would make you think of the word that I'm trying to get you to guess.
Oh my
So
God. Okay.
it's really on me to be clever enough to find a way to relay to you what I'm trying to get you to say.
Right. Right. Okay.
You
Well,
can say no.
yeah. Well, I can wing it. Uh,
Do you want to wing it? You want to do it? Okay.
wing it. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
So the first word, I'm going to tell you what part of speech it is, at least. I think that helps a lot. It's
Yeah.
a noun.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Meat wagon.
You say meat wagon? Okay.
Truck for transport of the ill.
Ambulance?
Yes. Okay, next one is a noun. You could sign an autograph with this.
Pen?
Yes. The next one is a noun. All we are is in the wind.
Dust?
Yes. See, you're good at this. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
This person is who the ambulance would take you to. Sometimes they have an office.
EMT?
Sometimes they have an office of their own. Not a dentist, but a
Doctor?
yes. This is a flying insect that pollinates and
Bee?
yes. Non-GMO grown without
Organic?
crap. Yes. Let's see, Joshua Tree.
You too?
All the words I want to use are taken. Flat land. Well,
Prairie?
sometimes it's not flat. I was gonna say sometimes it's not flat. High temperature. Why can I not think of anything else? California, Arizona.
Desert?
Yes. Vanilla.
Ice cream?
One of the words.
Vanilla ice?
Yeah, this is something you would do. It's a verb. I guess it can be a noun, but it's mostly used as a verb. Karate.
Chop?
Leg.
Kick?
Yes. We're almost done. Let's see. Nesquik, Nestle.
Quick? Chocolate?
What?
Next to
Yes.
quick.
Yes, chocolate. This is what you want in order to get money. you would go out and search for a
Job.
yes. All right, last one. Oh, I just said the word in the past one. This is what you get when you have a job.
Money.
Yes. Yes, you did it. You got them all.
No, that's okay. Well, yeah, it wasn't that difficult.
No, you got it. You did great.
Thank you.
That was fast. And you don't have a story? Do you want to answer any more questions? I don't know if we have any. I wasn't paying attention back there.
Yeah, I never saw anything there. It's not coming up on my screen. I'm just using my phone, so I'm
I
not
don't see
seeing
anything.
anything. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. No stories. No stories tonight.
Okay.
I just played the game. Yeah,
You did. You
we're
did.
good.
You did. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here and answering my questions and playing the game and answering the audience questions.
My pleasure. Thank you very much
Where
for having
can
me.
people find you? You're on Instagram under your name,
Yeah, Facebook under my name.
book,
Twitter under my name.
Twitter.
Yeah, at Bernard Robichaud on Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty much all I do. It's a full-time job for people that are posting stuff on Mount. I do answer emails that are generally, you know, that are, hit my heart. I don't, uh, probably not going to answer too much that's just like the last question that was asked. And I do get a lot of people asking me to tell them to fuck off. And I don't mind telling them to fuck off because I just think that, that's about right.
Right. Don't you do like a special thing for like gifts for like holidays or birthdays or something like that where
Yeah, I
people
do. Yeah, you can do Cameo and Celebrity VM or Celeb VM. I do stuff for birthdays or whatever the occasion is. Seems like get a lot of those. And
yeah.
so those are done, in my Cyrus mode, I guess, and they're all pretty much ad-libbed. Yeah, it's not. I'm not going by written speech or anything. They're 15 to 30-second kind of thing. Just depends on how long it takes me to get, what they're looking for out of my mouth. Yeah, I don't really time it. I don't try to keep it to a certain length of time for everybody, or you know, um, I just deliver it the way I see fit, I guess. Haven't gotten any bad reports yet, so I guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
yeah, if they
cool.
want it, yeah, if they want to do that, they certainly can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds like a really cool thing to do, like to give as a gift or something
yeah,
for your
yeah, for sure it is. Yeah, yeah. I'm
very
grateful. I'm grateful that people are thinking enough of me to tell others happy birthday on behalf of them too. So it's pretty nice.
super cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. Thank you so much for joining.
My
Um,
pleasure.
I'm gonna, anything that I see you post, I will share it to this page if it's like a link to something that you've done,
Okay.
or anything like that, because I love to share like my favorite people's stuff that they've done. So
That's
yeah,
I appreciate
anything
it.
I'll be looking for it. And thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank y'all for watching.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye for now. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.